Talking about another older series on this channel. That is the 2019 version of Fruits Basket. What better time to do it than the month of February? This has been on my bucket list for a while, and I was going to talk about it on Friday just because Fruits Basket Friday sounds great, but Warrior took up that slot, so we're now going to talk about it Tuesdays. We start the series off with the 12 zodiac animals gathered around a circle. Middle looks to be the master we learn about later, holding the cat that I assume is Kyoya. Kyoya possibly sheds a tear, which cuts right to our main character, Toru. Toru lives in a tent and she says goodbye to her mother. Not sure why she lives in a tent in the middle of the woods. Taking a stroll, she checks out this house in the woods she's been living in, where she runs into Shingiri. Toru tells Shingiri a story her mother told her of how the cat was left behind by the other zodiac animals. From that moment on, the cat was just always her favorite. Shingiri's cousin, Yuki, knocks him over the head before revealing some more information about the dog zodiac, which is interesting. And Yuki actually goes to Toru's school. Seem to get the body of the series, like definitely that bully type. Her and her friends have a fan club for Yuki. Toru's best friends, Arisa and Saki, imitate the bullies and they run away. Three friends talk about Yuki during class. Apparently, he doesn't like to be touched by girls. Toru is saving up her tuition to live alone, but she lies to her friends about living in a tent, not worrying them. Yuki happens to be around on her way back to work. He mentions he dislikes the Zodiac cat as well as the Zodiacs in general. We get some backstory that Toru's parents both passed away and she's been living with her grandfather. Her grandfather's house is being renovated, so she's staying with or he's staying with family, but there isn't enough room for her, so that's why she's been living in a tent and she doesn't want to burden anyone. Shingiri and Yuki find Toru living in her tent and take her back to their place. As she explains her situation, a rock slide falls on her tent, and Toru tries getting her mother's pictures out. But weirdly, Shingiri picked that up from a long distance, which was interesting. And he also talks to her about, like, hey, let's just get in the morning. He overexerts herself and gets sick. As Shingiri is taking care of her, Toru explains she talks about how she regrets not being able to say goodbye to her mother because she just always overdoes it. Yuki is envious of Toru and goes to get her mother's picture back with the help of a bunch of rats. Toru has a dream of her mother telling her to live her life on at her own pace, and then a mysterious boy puts a hat over her younger self's head. The boy's face is scribbled. When she wakes up, Yuki got all her belongings from the rubble and offers her to stay until the renovations are done. There's a sweet little moment where Yuki says the same thing her mother did in her dream. Suddenly out of the blue, wasn't expecting this. Another boy appears by the name of Kyoya and wants to fight Yuki until Toru touches him and he turns into a cat, which explains why Yuki didn't want to get turned to a cat or get touched, because he then accidentally gets touched, as well as Shingiri, who Yuki turns into a rat and Shingiri turns into a dog. And the episode just ends. This was a great pilot episode. I didn't know that the boys became Zodiac animals. I knew the Zodiac animals were like involved, but I didn't know it was that they actually turned into them. That's pretty fun, actually. And, you know, we understand Toru's motivations, we get her backstory, we get her personality, what she's like, and I already like her character already. And we get the rest of the supporting cast, I assume, like all the major characters at least. And I think there's some great foreshadowing of what, you know, was going on with the boys being the Zodiac animals. Like, we get little hints throughout this first episode, and then the big reveal at the end. Yeah, really solid. 9 out of 10 episode, honestly. All right, I will see y'all for the next Fruits Basket episode discussion. Stay cozy.